Hey y'all. I know it's been quite some time since I've talked about new doll releases. I know you missed seeing me bitch and moan about the dire state that Barbie the brand is currently in. So here we are. Yesterday we got a ton of high definition promo images for the new Barbie Dream Besties that are about to drop soon, sometime in June or July. And I wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions about this big release, probably the biggest Barbie Playland release of the year. But this is going to be a deep dive, and I'm not going to be keeping it surface level. While I'm going to be giving you my thoughts about each doll, I'm not the type of channel who's going to be dissecting every doll and giving you some asinine voiceover, sounding super bored, sounding like I recorded it while taking a dump and then just putting it underneath the slideshow. There are other channels here who do this type of content, who have a bigger platform and more reach than I do. In this video, I'm going to be telling you what this release is going to mean for Barbie the brand, how it came to be, and what the future holds in store for us when it comes to all things Barbie. Now, while this doll news video is going to be Barbie Dream Besties heavy, I'm also going to be sprinkling a little bit of Defa news at the end of this video, because Defa also has a couple of new releases that I thought were interesting, and I wanted to share them with you. So let's dive right into the Dream Besties. And when it comes to the Dream Besties, I kind of think that it's sort of like Barbie in midlife crisis mode. Mattel seems to completely have lost the plot when it comes to Barbie, because they kind of have lost faith in Barbie's identity. I don't know why Mattel is hell-bent on changing the shapes and proportions of Barbie dolls, making them taller, giving them big lemon football-sized bobbleheads, turning Barbie into Hey Arnold. But here we are. That's what they've decided for Barbie to have, and now we've come to the Dream Besties. Now the Dream Besties is going to be Barbie's big flagship release of the year. The years past, we had releases similar to them, where you could see that Mattel invested a lot on them. We had the My First Barbie dolls, we had Barbie Extra, we had last year's Barbie Extra Fly. And I kind of believe that the Barbie Extra Fly failure coincided with the inception of the Barbie Dream Besties. Because when you look at the Renee doll and the design of that doll, you can see that they took a lot of inspiration from Honey of New Jeans. And that live performance of hers, where she was dressed up identically to the Renee doll that we get now, was from around 10 months ago, which is a super fast turnaround if you think about it. Have a doll design be inspired by something that happened not even 1 year ago, and now that doll is going to be hitting shelves soon. And around that time frame, we also saw Mattel put a lot of effort and invest a ton into Monster High. So it must have seemed natural for them to say that, okay, we have to veer Barbie towards a similar vibe. Now, what we have been missing from the Playline market on Barbie was a doll line that is geared towards the 7+ years old demographic ever since Barbie Extra was axed. And now the Barbie Dream Besties are that line. So I guess Mattel thought to themselves that, okay, the type of doll that looks similar to Monster High, Bratz, Rainbow High, OMGs is a type of doll that could be interesting for older kids. The thing is, though, that if you lose faith in the essence of your product and change the product in a way that does not really resemble the product in its original form, why should the consumer or customer have faith in your product if you as a company do not have faith in that product yourself? So that's why I'm kind of fearing that this could be a big flop, but who knows, maybe changing Barbie the way they have changed her in this release pay off, and the Dream Besties might turn into a huge success. Now, I do think that one big argument that could lead into the Dream Besties becoming a success is if the animated tie-in series is going to be good. We've seen time and time again that a lot of kids gravitate towards having the characters they love to see on an animated series doll form, which is why Monster High G3 was having a bit of a success towards the end of last year when a lot of kids were watching the series on Netflix and therefore told their parents that they wanted to have those dolls, which was also a reason why Rainbow High initially was so successful, because a lot of kids were watching the series on Netflix and wanted to have those characters that they see on screen and love, have dolls of them. So the Dream Besties animated series is going to be great. This is going to be a high quality, very well made show that appeals to that demographic. The Dream Besties could be a success. What I really like about this release so far is that we see each character have a designated type of character style, and they come with a lot of personality traits, they come with interests. If similar to Monster High, all of the characters would have their bios on the back of the box, I think that would be a great idea. You can see that they come with accessories that illustrate their interests. You have Teresa, who seems to be some kind of gamer girl. Malibu Barbie is a makeup aficionado. Renee seems to love food, but also has a notebook, so who knows, maybe she cooks up recipes on there. Brooklyn Barbie seems to be some kind of pop musician or influencer with a ring light and her keyboard. And that's also great that all of these characters have their names. Giving them names, giving them personality, and giving them character could lead to these dolls be popular with kids who just love to have a piece of the characters that they see on screen. So now let's dive right into the dolls themselves and what I think of them. So first up, Malibu Barbie, of course, who is the essential Barbie. She comes in a very cute outfit. I love the top. It's super cute. Curious to see if the sleeves that are sort of like gloves are attached to the top. Very cute color scheme. Love the flower-shaped ruffly bits at the side of her arms. I also think that the shoe mold they use on her is very cute and probably the only cute shoe mold they use on any of the dolls, though maybe the Teresa shoe mold is also okayish looking. I think the shoes that Brooklyn and Renee wear are hideous. Speaking of Renee, as I had mentioned, she was inspired very much by K-pop artists. Renee is probably among my favorites. I just love the doll design. I think the base dolls on all of them are pretty cute. I know there are a lot of mentionings of Ever After High and how similar to Ever After High these dolls seem. When they come out, I'd be interested to see whether those comparisons are accurate when put next to an Ever After High doll. Now what does annoy me is that the original prototype pictures of Renee that dropped to the internet showed her come with long cargo pants that just make sense with the whole look. The silhouette makes sense like that, but giving her shorts is sort of like a cop-out. I mean, she's barely wearing any fabric clothing pieces as is, because she's just having a top that is a t-shirt with a pair of shorts, and the rest is just a hunk of plastic. At least Brooklyn Barbie, for example, comes with a big puffy sleeve jacket as an additional outfit piece, so Renee should have at least come with the cargo pants that they wanted her to have, the designers. So that's very annoying from Mattel to cutting costs like that, because Honey from New Jeans was also wearing long pants and not just shorts. But the base Renee doll is super cute. I love her raven hair, love her makeup, and I also love the tinsel in her hair. The hairstyle they gave her is also super cute. Brooklyn Barbie is just probably my favorite, but with her again, I think there are some changes from the prototype to the finished doll that are sort of disappointing. I wish she would have come with braids, with micro braids, instead of the straight hair that she comes with. Though I think the rainbow colored tinsel in her hair is very cute. I know Mattel is obsessed with puffy sleeve jackets like the one that Brooklyn is wearing, but I really love the color scheme of all the blues and the whites. Her face is just gorgeous. I really hope that the faces on the produced dolls are going to be identical to the ones that we see in those promo images, because those faces are just killer. Now Teresa, of all of the ones, is probably my least favorite. I don't know, I mean, the outfit looks cute, but I don't know if it works with her. The design works as a whole. A lot of her accessories are beige, like the shoes and the glasses. And then there's the red, and she has those piercing green eyes and the brunette hair, and and the dimples and all of it, just, I don't know, it just doesn't really work for me as a whole. But taking separate elements from her design on its own, I think there are a lot of things that are very cute about Teresa. That's sort of like what I was thinking about when I saw those images of the Barbie Dream Besties. Yep, there are some elements from the prototypes that I would have loved to be translated to the produced doll forms, but then again, sometimes we have prototypes that just look absolutely hideous, where you're like, okay, I'm thankful that the manufactured doll didn't end up looking like this. That closes the chapter on Barbie, so let's head on over to Defa Lucy. Now, Defa Lucy has released a set of 3 dolls that are part of their Barbie Extra knockoff series, and this time around it's an Extra Fly knockoff, you could say. I think some of the elements on those dolls is something that I like. I really like the one with the green hair the most. I really love the dress that she's wearing, the long slit that goes up almost to her hips. I'm not sure about the lavender haired one. Seeing a pasty white girl with a head full of micro braids isn't exactly on the list of things that I wanted to see from Defa Lucy, but here we are. And the one with the cool 8 colored hair is sort of like meh. There's nothing about her that really stands out to me, so this line is just a continuation of what we've already gotten from Defa Lucy, which is fine, which is great, but all in all, it's nothing really earth-shattering to me. Something that might be a little more exciting is a set of new dolls that is a continuation of the Defa Lucy Fashion Beauty line. But this set of dolls is very neon colored. They're sort of 80s, but also very 2010s. I think the peplum on one of the dolls' designs, she's wearing this dress with a peplum, looks really business casual, going to the club, wearing the highest heels with spiked studs on them in 2010. Giving Gem and the holograms, but it's also giving early 2010s, and I think the dolls are okay, but it's again nothing earth-shattering, and maybe I'm just getting a little bit tired of the overuse of the arguably very pretty face, but it's also always the same face. Speaking of face, now the one thing that could be exciting is that Defa Lucy had for a couple of hours teased a new collector level doll on their Instagram page, but they took down that picture. I don't know why they took it down. Maybe they were too early to show off that prototype. Maybe somebody was threatening them legally, because a lot of people were like, okay, this doll is giving us Poppy Parker, and Poppy Parker on a Defa Lucy budget definitely be something that I would be excited to see. That about wraps up this iteration of my doll news video. I hope you enjoyed me ranting about Barbie again, yet again. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you thought this video was trash, leave a dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Seeing you in my next video. So, bye for now.